What up, YouTube? It's your number one favorite blind homie, man, Rico Richie. I got a little story I'm gonna tell you guys. This story is from where rapper Bobby Fishscale is from. If you haven't heard of any music from Bobby Fishscale, go check him out. I think he signed with Rock Nation. So this story is in Quincy, Florida, a little small town right outside of Tallahassee. And this is about a person who's near and dear to me. Alright? So ladies, whenever you dealing with a situation like this, I want you to more than likely to protect yourself and to protect whoever you're dating or plan to date at the time. You know, try to report stalking or report I forgot what they call it, man. You know, where you could press a charge on somebody and they have to stay a certain distance from you. They can't come within like 100 yards, 1,000 yards, something like that. Do that. You feel me? Also, as much as if you can, change your area, like move, switch areas. You feel me? When you dealing with a guy like this. So this story is about, I don't know, 6 years, 7 years old maybe. It's about a young man, like I say, near and dear to me. Knew him his whole life, you know, from a kid to a young man. Always been, I like to say, electric. You know, most people, you know, say he was bad or something like that, but I like to say he was very electric. You know, he was himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was definitely who he was meant to be. You feel me? That what made him special. You know, his name is Bull. OP Project Baby Bull. And Bull was a very cool person, man. Gentle guy, but rough if he needed to be. You feel me? He loved his people and he loved his homies. You know what I'm saying? He loved life. You feel me? He loved his aunties. He loved his uncles. You know what I'm saying? He loved the project he grew up in very much. And I can even say throughout my lifetime, you know, I kind of grew up there my damn self. You know, I haven't lived there like Bull, but I definitely was there too as well. So it's like I'm a part of that project too. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother was there, my aunties, cousins, you know, a lot of relatives. Like my bloodline was there. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I say, very cool dude, man. Very electric again. Many talents. You know, street smart, common sense smart. And the ladies loved him. You feel me? The girls his age loved him. Like he was smooth. You feel me? A very smooth criminal per se, like Michael Jackson. You feel me? You know, he was in trouble, but I don't think he never been arrested or, you know, been to juvie or anything like that. It's been times where he probably could have went, but, you know, he didn't. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he was a bad dude, you know, a bad kid growing up. He was just like most teenagers, man. Most kids, bro. You know, most kids that either grew up in the projects or, you know, just grew up you know, being like um, very spontaneous, very courageous, brave. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that Bull definitely was. And believe me, he had hands. Now he'll whoop your ass. You feel me? He had hands. He had hands. He never tried to use a gun. But in the story, you know, yeah, I'm kind of in it, you know, cause you know how it went down, you know. But one day I had went out there, you know, to the projects, spend the weekend with, you know, some of my people. You feel me? And apparently before I got there, it was already a lot of drama going on because Bull, you know, he had him and this girl that was out there in the projects had taken a real liking to each other, you know. And they started hanging out. They started getting real close. Like like she really, she really, she really adored that little nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if it was because how he treated her, how he talked to her, or what. But she really adored him. You know what I'm saying? Like this was no snaky stuff, no backdoor stuff. You know what I'm saying? This was just about a dude who wasn't ready to let go or couldn't let go. You know what I'm saying? So whatever she had, bro, buddy wasn't ready to. He wasn't ready to let go of that snap. You feel me? So guys, I'm telling y'all, you know, in certain situations, be aware of and be careful. You feel me? Sometimes the chick that you really want might be the chick that you might need to walk away from sometimes to save your life. You feel me? So, but like I say, one of my cousins, she like live right next door to the girl, you know. And we can hear them over there chilling, having fun. They doing what youngins do at 19, 20. You know, she got her own shit. They chilling. You know, she got her. I think at the time she had like 2 kids or something like that. I can't fully remember, but I think it was 2. You know, and Bull, you know, he was really like feeling her. You know, they was feeling each other. You know what I'm saying? But the ex wasn't feeling what they had going on. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, before I got there, he had already been stalking them, watching them, and all this kind of stuff. So, ladies, whenever you're dealing with something like that, immediately inform somebody. Don't just let the person know that you're talking to. Inform somebody. You know, whether you got to let the police know, whether you got to let his parents know, or their parents, or whatever. You know, inform somebody. You know, because your life could be in danger too. You feel me? When guys get like that, they ain't thinking clearly. They ain't thinking about nothing. They'll take you out to get to that person too. You feel me? But anyway, apparently there was, you know, Buddy had already been stalking her, you know, making threats and all this kind of stuff. You feel me? Whenever you guys hear a threat, deal with that threat immediately. Don't wait to see what's gonna happen. Don't brush it off like it's like that nigga ain't gonna. You never know. Deal with it immediately. You know what I'm saying? Confront them immediately on that. You feel me? So, story goes on, you know. Me and my cuz, we chilling, we doing our thing. You know, we just in the house, we drinking, we having fun. She got her friends over there and shit. And it's at the time I had a little bit of, you know, even though I'm blind, I always been legally blind. I could see, you know, certain things. And yes, a female with a nice posterior was one on, y'all. Oh, yeah, my cousin had some like sexy chocolate. Yeah, I call it sexy chocolate. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, we over there chilling and everything. They next door chilling, doing their thing. And then this same night, Buddy come over there like 1 or 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, some shit like that, just to see if Bull was over there. And he was. So Buddy got mad. I think they fell out. Something like that happened. You know. So my older cousin, she immediately run out like, Like, bull, you go here, go over here, stay, like, till this shit calm down type shit. So, make a long story short, cuz he know me, bull know me, you know what I'm saying? And again, this is my little cousin. I'm gonna tell you how this story is, but my family, especially my male cousins, they know me, you know what I'm saying? And whether I can see it or not, and you make me feel like I'm in trouble or I'm in danger, I'm finna let off. You feel me? Off rip, I'm gonna let off because I can't see what's going on. But if my body tell me, man, we in trouble, we in danger, yeah, I'm gonna let off. You feel me? So he knew I'd be packing, and I did that this particular weekend. I don't know why. This particular weekend, I went down there with like 2 firearms. I was there with 2 firearms, and it was at the time it was like me and just cause he just came by because I was in the house chilling because we were getting ready to, go to this place what they call the block. It was later on in the day type shit. I want to say 3, 4, 5, everybody getting dressed, cleaning up, chilling, smoking before, get ready to head down to the block and everything like that, And he come in the house. We smoke, we chilling, we talking at the same time. But I could tell it's something on his mind, but he hadn't asked me yet. You know what I'm saying? He hadn't asked me, but he chilling. But I know he getting ready to ask me something. I just don't know what it is. You feel me? And as we there smoking, and chilling and everything, he finally come out. Like, cuz, like, man, can you please give me one of your pistols? Like, he ain't really like explain the reason why, but I kind of like knew why from everything that happened the night before. You feel me? It wasn't that he was afraid. It was just that he knew, like, he knew them niggas was coming because of him dealing with that girl, and he wanted to be able to protect himself, man. You know what I'm saying? And I almost gave it to him. Like, I almost gave him a fully loaded what I had at the time. Really, one of my homies let me take his at the time one of my homies let me take his it was 38. He gave me his 38, a revolver. You feel me? And that's the one I was gonna give him, and I was gonna let my boy know why. You feel me? But another thought was like, shit, man, if I do this, his mama gonna snap on me. You feel me? Like, if I gave him that pistol, I knew my cousin was gonna go out. I knew she was gonna go off on me. You feel me? And I knew probably my auntie and my daddy were gonna go out, especially if he had to actually. There's no doubt he was gonna have to use it. You know what I'm saying? So when they found out where he got it from, I knew they was gonna go off on me. You feel me? So I'm like, cuz I can't do that. You feel me? But I was willing to be around him the whole time I was there. But he didn't want me around him, afraid that something might happen to me. You know what I'm saying? So, because of my vision, I can't see. But it's my cousin. This my cousin. You know what I'm saying? That's my cousin. You feel me? My blood cousin. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's gonna happen, bro, it's gonna happen if we together. You feel me? But he wasn't rocking like that, and I wasn't rocking with me just giving him this shit, giving him, a firearm because of what, our people would say to me. You know what I'm saying? So, weekend went by, everything went smooth. Nothing else happened. I leave, I get home, later on during the week, That's when everything happened. He was leaving from the girl. He was leaving from the girl house, and fellas, let me tell you, when you know you dealing with a dude like this, either just leave the woman alone, or y'all try to meet somewhere safer, like where he can't get to you. You know what I'm saying? Or just leave her alone, leave each other alone, period. You know what I'm saying? And Cuz really liked this girl, and I just don't see him. I did not see him leaving this girl alone, because he really developed feelings for her. I don't know how long they had been talking, but I could tell like he had started caring for her. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't just treating her like how he would treat any other female. You feel me? He was treating her different. You know what I'm saying? So he was leaving the girl house, and he was on his way to his mom. And this is how I know his mom is scarred for life. Like she's scarred for forever. You know, it's like, okay, so it's 2 decks to the complex, right? You got the bottom deck and you got the upper deck. He was coming from the upper deck, and he was walking, between the buildings. But between the buildings is still like in this particular area that he was walking from, because where he was going, his mom crib was like right there. So he come through the middle, of the buildings. Like he leave top deck and come down through the middle of the bottom deck. Like he on the little breezeway sidewalk or whatever. And the guy, the ex-boyfriend or whatever, like, as Cuz walking, because he don't know, but he coming behind him. I think somebody ended up letting him know, he was coming. But by the time, he was able to take off, dude was like right there. Him, it was the ex, and I think it was somebody else. And where he was, like his mom room window was facing like where he was, and she was on like the top floor, the second floor. You know what I'm saying? So she was able to see, and she couldn't see the dude's faces clearly, but from where she was, she could see what had happened, like clear as day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she saw everything. So when Buddy ran up on Bull, and Bull noticed it, like he was trying to break off, like he was trying to get going, but Buddy shot him in the head. You know what I'm saying? And Cuz she saw everything. Like she saw everything. She saw Buddy pull the trigger. She saw her son hit the ground. She saw everything. You know what I'm saying? And Buddy, he only did this because he didn't like the fact that Bull was talking to a woman that wasn't even with him no more. You feel me? So his mom see all this. He don't make it out. He end up losing his life over all that. You know what I'm saying? Over a female. You feel me? And again, she didn't do anything to like snake him or anything like that. She really cared. Like she was really trying to do what she could do. You know what I'm saying? Protect her and Bull. But I don't know if she ever called the police, during the threats and everything like that. So ladies, I'm telling y'all, you got an ex, you dealing with an ex that's like that, call the police. Go ahead and call the police to protect yourself and to protect the person that you have an interest in. You know what I'm saying? Because if they that jealous, that envious, they will, they will try to unalive that person. In this case, they unalive Bull. You know what I'm saying? And he was only 19 years old, and his mom had to see all that. And it took the police and everything so long to get there and everything like that. I don't know if they would have probably been able to save their life, but it seems like people believe that they would have probably been able to save his life if the police or the ambulance had went on ahead and did what they had to do. And so apparently, I believe my cousin, she won like a little lawsuit or something like that from all that, what I'm saying? Because the apartment complex didn't have any cameras or anything like that. They didn't have security. But after that, they do have like cameras out there now, and they do have, security. I believe also and everything out there at a certain point in time, certain hours and stuff like that. So man, that was just my little story, OP Project Baby Bull, from Quincy, Florida. Right out, same neck of the woods, same neighborhood where Bobby Fish Scale is from, man. So that's just a little story I want to share with you guys, man. Hope you guys like, comment if you want to. Please continue to hit that subscribe button. I'm almost to my goal of 100 subscribers. I am your #1 favorite blind homie, man, Rico Richard, man. And I see you guys on the next one.